hear what I said?
City boy, city boy.
Didn't know you like to get wet though.
It's an evil world we live in.
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
I ain't going back.
It's false.
Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers who deposit $5 or more can get a no-sweat bet for up to $1,000 back in a beautiful bonus bet. Basketball comes on every night, almost every other night. You can find something that you could play some of that bonus bet money on. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code VOCH, V-O-C-H, VOCH. New customers can get a no-sweat bet up to $1,000 if your first bet loses. Okay, only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code VOCH, V-O-C-H, VOCH. The crown is yours.
Beats Planet.
Got a call earlier today, you know what I'm saying? Tapped into the homie Will Steele and such. He was giving me the rundown and so forth, and I like to, liken myself as a problem solver. I like to liken myself as someone that's familiar with running into adversities and, kind of dealing with them in my own way, We'll still say, Voch. I said, huh? He said, man, something wrong with the fiber optics at the crib. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, you know, everything's all good, man. But, you know, the quabidubulators and the quorseptites are off, and two enzymes collaborating, you know, they create a reaction and all that. He says, yeah, dog, and I will go live with you today, man, but the fiber optics are off.
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
No, Will. What you mean? What do you mean? I can't make advice, so I'm like, all right, cool, bet. We're going to have to figure this thing out one way or another. Shouts out to Law Nation. That's his, but it just worked in this context much better. I don't know how the hell to fix Will Steele's quabidubulators and his carbon fiber cables and all that little stuff. But what we can do, what we will be able to do today, it's an ongoing joke here. It might be old at this point, but I say it all the time. Before I worked at the Volume, I was a YouTuber first.
Hey, Bachi.
So we gonna find a way to get this done. You feel me? VOCHLOMBARDI. Will Skywalker still is not here, but he's usually here. Okay, he's not here right now as of today, and he's later on down the line in March somewhere. He's gonna take like a couple of weeks off, which is fine. But he's normally here, and I would love to show him some love and respect as if he was indeed here. So shit, I'm normally point guarded by the best in the business, Will Skywalker still.
Santa Claus on the ceiling. Big Willie chilling.
Normally,
Grinch for being a holiday villain.
Normally, he's point guarding here, but Voch is gonna be running the bells and whistles today. Chat, what's happening? You okay? You all right? Big hug. Y'all good? Y'all straight? I actually thought about making this a Salt and Pepper Lounge episode, but I think people still in their feelings. I think people still a little upset about what Green Bay did to us in the playoffs. I don't think we're emotionally ready for a Salt and Pepper Lounge. We may get a Salt and Pepper Lounge. Let's see. The next time, put this on your calendar, write down. It will be on the test. Okay. The next time we get a Salt and Pepper Lounge would be like the day after show after the first round of the draft. All right. We'll do it like that. So the day after day one, we'll run a Salt and Pepper Lounge then. We was going to do it today, but I just don't know what y'all vibes is. Y'all boys need something, and ladies, because we got men and women watching my show here. Y'all characters need something to be excited about. I just can't roll out the bed, you know, with no reason to celebrate. Stop. With no reason to celebrate. Y'all wouldn't let me have it. This is what we got today. First of all, the phones are open. If y'all want to tap into the show, 202-926-1127, access code 309-104. Y'all can feel free to tap into the show whenever you would like. Somebody says, when is the we getting a draft roundtable? Whatever do you mean, sir? What you talking about? What you talking about? What's a draft roundtable? What's this? What's that? As an accountant in tax season, I need that blue flame. Hey, Toxic Tom, hit my DMs so we can talk. As an accountant during draft season, hit my, actually not my DMs because I might lose that. Hit my email so we can talk. All right, so this is what we got on tap for y'all today. This is what we're gonna do here, and let me just walk y'all through this story. I was going to do this show, the show that we're doing right now. I was having a conversation with, I was talking to a close friend of mine, and I was talking to Brian Brothers, but I was just whatever. I was just talking to a good friend of mine and all that, and I was trying to figure out why some of these players had so much volatility in their draft rankings. Marcus Harrison, is that a good word to use? Can I use volatility right there? Why there's so much volatility in the movement of their draft rankings, right? Like Drazon Newton at one point was a top 10 guy, like a 5th overall type dude, right? And the process goes along, and now he's like 30th on Dane's board, right? Kenyon Mitchell, who's a character that was way in the 70s in the pre-draft process. Now he's looked at as a top 3 corner in this draft. And I was asking him, man, what's up with all the volatility? If Marcus Harrison can approve that word from, what's up with all the volatility, man? Like why is there's so much movement in the rankings of some of these players? And Brian didn't give me a good answer at all. He just kind of just like, hey man, that's something I'm learning from brothers, man. he be doing that to me a lot. I say, brothers, why you think Patrick Paul's not so good, man? He be like, well, you know, Voch, some of these players, man, they have the length, and you know, when they have length, they also have the height, and you know, that bend, and you know, your knees don't always work in that direction, Voch. You know, if your knees bent the opposite way, then maybe you'll bend a little more. But yeah, I think that's but Voch, hey, shouts out to you, man. You got the players just right. I'm like, Brian didn't answer shit. I just asked him. If y'all want to catch those shows, we drop them on Fridays. Go check out Voch Lombardi and Brian Brothers have a conversation about the draft. All right, this one is some of the best work on the YouTube right now. But I was trying to figure out, man, what's up with the volatility, bro? What's up with the up and down nature of the rankings and all that? So Brugler came out with his rankings, his top 100, and I think this is his personal top 100. And of course, his personal top 100 is a mixture of his feelings and what he's hearing from these teams. There is no way that Dane Brugler thinks Spencer Rattler's a top 100 pick.
Did you hear what I said?
But it is what it is. So this is what we're going to do today. I have Dane Brugler's list, and I'm going to kind of shimmy down a little bit. What up, Gerard? I'm going to skimmy down just a little bit, just to kind of, you know, see what players I think would be available for the Cowboys, what players would fit the Cowboys. We're going to look at some guys in that range, and we're going to have a conversation about some dudes that, hey, their draft stock may shoot up. Their draft stock may shoot to the back of the second round, and it's all going to be from my personal experience, my anecdotal experience, okay? And I don't want to, you know, come out here and, you know, be like, hey, y'all, this is the end all be all. This is what this is about the player, right? This is just my opinion, and y'all can cross that road whenever y'all get there. Y'all can watch the film and come up with your own thoughts on the player. But this is my opinion, my anecdotal opinion, okay? All right. Gerard said, Voch, you called it last year. What I call, because I do that a lot, player. I mean, just respectfully. what I call in particular that time. What I say? What I say, big dog? Anyway. So listen, I was gonna do that show because I was so confused about why players move up and down the list or whatever, right? But I had a thought here, because John Machota also dropped the list on The Athletic. Y'all can go check it out if you want to. John Machota dropped the list, and I was excited for the list too, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, and the list was Cowboys big board players who make the most sense for Dallas in the first round. I say, shit, John. I was like, all right, hell yeah. We got a super chat right here from LA Chargers fan. He dropped a deuce and says Neighbors or Bowers at 5 for my Chargers. I just wanted to read that super chat to let y'all know. During the draft season, I belong to the whole streets, okay? I belong to everybody. It's the evil world we live in, okay? So if you are a Panthers fan, you can come ask me a question. If you're a Chargers fan, if you're a Seahawks fan, if you're a Chiefs fan, you can come ask me a question. If you're an Eagles fan, I'm still going to be straight up and down, which I may hate on your team and how it's configured and your quarterback. I may give a good laugh at, but you can ask me about draft prospects, right? But I was like, damn, John Machota, you just right on time with this content. As Will Steele's having problems with his fiber optics and his quadrubulators, I'm taking Neighbors all day, every day. We can talk about Brock Bowers right now. Hang tight. So yeah, man. So I'm like, all right, cool. This content is panning out perfectly, right? John Machota, based on Dane Brugler's top 100 list, wanted to make a list of dudes for the Cowboys also. There's about 10 players, I believe. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see what John Machota got to say. Cowboys big board, players who make the most sense for the Cowboys in the first round. And I scrolled a little bit. Can y'all see this? By the way, Michelob trying to get me to buy beer and shit. Can y'all see this? Do I got to make it bigger? Hopefully I ain't got to make it bigger. Hopefully. I was like, all right, John Machota, let's see what you got. I get on John Machota's article and I scroll a little bit. The first player he got for the Cowboys is Brock Bowers. God damn. John, he not gonna make it to 24. The two top wide receivers on Brugler's board are Ohio State's Marvin Harrison Jr. and LSU's Malik Neighbors. Both are unlikely to fall close to 24. Why are they on this list if they're not going to fall to 24, John? But if they do, they'd have to be considered. Bowers most likely won't be there either. And let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something, chat. If Marvin Harrison Jr. finds his way to 24, you don't want to draft him no way, because his ass is going to a federal prison because he got dope in the car. He got dope in the car. That's the only reason if Marvin Harrison's available at 24, his ass is going to be available at 56 and 92 also. But he said, all right, dog, this is the reason why Bowers is on my list. And I keep looking for John Machado. I said, all right, who's next? The best offensive tackle in the class, and a top 10 receiver in the class, and a top 2 offensive tackle in the class, and the best corner in the class, and the 3rd or 4th best corner in the class. I say, all right, John Machado, we can't do this. I say, all right, John Machado, we can't do this. Keeping the buck with you. Love you the piece of John Machado, but we can't do that. Shouts out to everybody coming in late. Have a seat, please. Will Steele's quadrubulators didn't work today, so I'm doing this on my own. So here we are, right? This is what I wanted to do in the first place. Hopefully I can give y'all a better feel for when we talk about Cowboys potential big board, and we can start at like the 24th overall pick and we can build from there. But when we talk about the Cowboys big board, I don't want to start right there. You know what I'm saying? I have no business in this part of the top 100. I am curious to what people have to say about Brock Bowers, though. They can leave him at 5th overall. But I wonder where Bowers would fit into last year's tight end class. Don't think of Sam Laporta as a Lion. Don't think about Kincaid as a Bill or nothing like that. Don't think about none of those guys. I would love to know where Bowers now fits in with those guys as of last year, those tight ends last year. And I'm curious if people would still have Bowers at the 5th best player on the board. But we're moving on. Bowers not going to be there for Cowboys. Joe Alt, Roma doesn't say not going to be there. You know, Ola is not going to be there. It seems like, hold on. It seems like John Machado started at 5. He started at 5 and just went down the goddamn list. Not going to happen, John. In real life, it's going to start about right around here. Cowboys are picking 24th overall. And what's going to take a toll here is position value, right? What's going to be important here is position value. Okay. So quarterbacks are going to go up the list, and we're Cowboys here. I'm just speaking from a Cowboys perspective. If there's anybody else in the chat that's a Washington Football Wizard fan, shouts out to Dan Quinn and all that. If you're a Washington Football Wizard fan, you're looking at this thing from a whole different situation. Look, if you're a Washington Football Wizard fan, your damn mock draft stop right there. Like right there. That's where your mock draft starts. Cowboys down here somewhere, right? So we need quarterbacks to really run. We need JJ McCarthy here at 24. We need him way ahead of that. We need, I don't know if Michael Penix is going to be up there because of injury, right? But you want, Bo Nix ain't going to be up there because he's just not good. But you want as many dudes to be up at the top of that list to bump talent down for us. So let's start around here. I thought it was interesting, man. Jackson Powers Johnson at 20, that fits us perfectly, right? That fits us perfectly, and we're in the center market. We meaning the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are in the center market. There's been no indication that we're gonna keep Tyler Biadasz, but if you want to upset Cowboy fans right now, be like, we're looking into everything, and player acquisition is 24/7, 365. And I tell you what, I think we like Tyler Biadasz. He was a Pro Bowler last year, and if we can get him back for cheap, our door is always open.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication.
So in my mind, we should already be looking at center. We should already be looking at center. And the one thing I don't want to do, we're going to have these conversations, right? We're going to have these conversations with ourselves, and we're going to have to ask, okay, is good enough cool, or do I really want to put my foot into this spot? right? Brock Hoffman may be cool. TJ Bass may be cool, but do you really want to just be with just cool, or do you want to put your whole foot into that position, right? I like overkill. Voch Lombardi likes a little bit of overkill. Tyron Smith is back better than ever because he's not practicing. Tyler Smith, hey, do your thing, player. But if you could put a Jackson Powers Johnson, who's the center here, by the way, if you could put a Jackson Powers Johnson next to a Tyler Smith on the other side of Zach Martin, I mean, we can have a party then. We can boogie. We can have a real life ass conversation about this offensive line being elite again, and actually getting some run game going. If you were around when we were doing patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, we were watching a little bit of film, and I was like, man, you can literally play the game of how many of these failed run attempts are Tyler Biadasch's fault. And it'll be a lot of them. It'll be a lot of them, and I think you can improve real fast. I think you can improve real damn fast if you just simply address the position. But if I could just keep it real for a minute, if I could just keep it a buck for a minute, I think Jackson Powers Johnson deserves to be there. I think he deserves to be here at number 20 on this top 100 list. The problem with that is that it ain't like 24. It ain't like 28 or 29. If he's the 29th overall player, it's more likely that he'll be available for Dallas. The fact that he's 20th, that means there's a couple of teams ahead of us that could take him also. But let's hope that some teams in front of us go a different direction. Jared Verse, who is a edge player from Florida State, I think people are kind of underrating the need for edge a little bit. First of all, we don't know what's going to happen with Micah. D-Law gets a year older. He's been kind of chilling a little bit, but do you really have faith in Sam Williams? I mean, we thought that this was going to be like a breakout type season for Sam Williams, and Sam Williams ain't break shit, but our heart and our feelings, you know what I'm saying? So can you count on him? Are we going to give money to Dorrance Armstrong if Dorrance Armstrong feel like he deserves more money? Does Dante Fowler want to go and play football for Dan Quinn? It's a lot of questions that you have about the edge position. I don't just want y'all rolling out the bed like, all right, y'all, Junior Fehoko and whoever. Who do we have at edge right now? Who do we have at edge right now? I don't want y'all just to be comfortable with the idea that, hey man, we got edge dudes, we're fine, man. We really don't. Shouts out to Jared Verse, but Liatu Latu was my preferred guy. Like if I had to pick a dude to come play for the damn Cowboys, I'm picking Liatu Latu because it just depends on the type of person you are. It depends on the type of character you are. Y'all got to ask yourself all the time, man. Are you floor guy or are you ceiling guy? And girls can be guys too, right? So, you know, I'm a dude, she's a dude, we're a dude, we're all dudes, right? Do you like the technique, but maybe they don't have a lot of athletic ability, so their ceiling is a bit capped, and how you get them now is about as good as they're going to be, but they're going to be productive for you, right? I was a big fan of Karlaftis, right? Coming out of was it Purdue, Vanderbilt? It was one of those black and gold teams. Wake Forest. It was one of them teams. It was probably Purdue or something like that. But whatever. I was a big fan of Karlaftis a couple years ago, and he was just a very ready to go player. He doesn't have a bunch of upside, but he was ready to go for you already. And you plug him in, he plays damn near since day one and gets a couple of big plays in the Super Bowl, and you go, all right, cool. I don't have to go through this development process where you got a guy like Kayvon Thibodeau that you've had for a couple of years, but in year 4 now, all right, now he's a 13 sack guy. You know what I mean? It depends on what you like, because some of those dudes never reach their greatest potential. But the high floor dudes, you know how good they're gonna be because they roll out the box that way, you know. So it just depends on what you like. Purdue, thank you. Once a draft goes away and I'm into another draft, I just get lost. I want an offensive lineman that takes martial arts. A Muay Thai center would be fun as hell. But anyway, Cooper DeJean, the white guy, the corner. It's interesting to see him at 23 because he's also a dude that's in the top 3. Let me see how do we get here? Marvin, Malik, Drake, Brock, Joe, Ron, Jaden Olu, Terrian, Kenyon. Kenyon's up there. Dallas's athletic ability, sure. JC offensive cool. Byron, sure. Talisi Fuaga, sure. Armarius, sure. Armarius and Guyton could probably be dropped down a little bit. I like Troy. I love Jackson. How did we get here? How did Cooper DeJean go from like a top 15 or so guy? I guess 15 to 23, not that big of a drop, but shit, if we talk about trading, we talk about draft stuff like that, I mean, it's hell of a drop. But Cooper DeJean, man. So I'm starting to watch corners, and y'all know Voch can't stand a corner. Y'all know I can't stand nothing about him. I can't stand a DB. Can't stand watching film on DBs, but I'm watching film on corners now. And hey, man, if you can get Cooper DeJean at 23, let's go. Boom, boom. If you can get Cooper DeJean at 23, chat him out to pull some film up. Y'all just let me know what y'all think about him. If you can get a dude like him at 23, you know, I'm not saying he's gonna be like a Pat Surtain type character or nothing like that, but he's a dude that can do everything. He's a pretty solid man dude. I think he's an even better zone dude. He's a serial quarterback reader. You can see him punching the hell out of wide receivers to come up and help and tackle in the run game. Got a big strong frame. He's about like a 6'1", 210 guy. Combine's definitely gonna let us know there. You know, talking about a Mike Zimmer defense, you're gonna have to know how to press man. You're gonna have to know how to, you know, communicate and pass guys along. You're gonna have to have ball skills. I mean, that's Cooper DeJean. That's Cooper DeJean, man. And you know, I'm looking at Cooper DeJean as if he's like one of the best dudes in this draft. But if he's available for you at 23, we're going to Golden Corral. It's facts. Tackling big ass Braylon Allen. Hey, that's facts, man. Like I don't know. So I don't know how he got this far down. And look, man, Combine's gonna tell the whole story, man. Cooper DeJean a damn track star. You know what I mean? Pardon me, y'all. Cooper DeJean is a track athlete for real. Like he runs the 100, he runs the long jumps, he's explosive, he's fast, he's gotten faster. The like when Combine comes around, Cooper DeJean shouldn't still be here, but 23 right here on the big board, I imagine he'd be like 15th or something like that in real life. But if he's gonna be available for the Cowboys, shit, judo Voch, we need offensive linemen to train judo throwing shit. Hey, Muay Thai has elements of slinging, motherfuckers. People get slung in Muay Thai too, bro. But yeah, man, judo cool. Long as not holding. JJ McCarthy trash. I'm watching Nate Wiggins right now. Wiggins is a solid press cover guy. He's 6'2", 185. It's interesting because I looked at him, I was watching his film, and I wonder what his 40 time would be. I wonder what he would run. How would he run? Would he run, you know, fast, whatever? And you know, Patrick Peterson was a dude that was really technically sound, had great height, great length, great press man cover guy, but he didn't run the best. But if you are great at everything else, then maybe it could help. Maybe it can help for what you're missing in the I don't want to say physicals because he is a good running lengthy dude, but in the speed department or whatever, like, hey, if you good at everything else, then maybe you can, you know, maybe that can compensate for the rest of it. But let me see. With his athletic profile, Wiggins moves with quiet. I've never heard nobody refer to a corner's feet as quiet, but with quiet control feet, hips to seamlessly transition out of brakes and accelerate to top gear. Allowed only one catch of 25 plus yards last season on 41 targets. I saw that was versus North Carolina, I believe. His thin frame is a concern, and he needs to improve his consistency as a run defender. He don't want to tackle nobody. But he shows tremendous effort in pursuit and had 2 chase down forced fumbles that saved touchdowns. That was versus North Carolina also. In 2023 versus Miami and North Carolina. Cool, I got you. Hey, man, Wiggins cool, man, but I think the Cowboys pretty straight at corner. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen with Jordan Lewis. I would love to re-sign him. And we don't know what's going to happen with Gilmore neither. Would love to re-sign him. But Trey and Duran as a base, I do think you need a corner to kind of even out what you may be missing with those dudes. But if you get Nate Wiggins, cool, man. But I just got a feeling better dudes would be there. So if we can play the Voch game, Nate Wiggins or Cooper DeJean, I'm going Cooper. Nate Wiggins or Liatu Latu, I'm going Latu. Nate Wiggins or Jared Verse, I'm going Verse and Jackson Powers Johnson, and I'm going Troy Fautanu. If I could draft Troy Fautanu, I'm just gonna put Tyler Smith at whatever tackle whenever it's time. Or you can put Troy Fautanu at center. I said it. Put his big ass at center and let him rock. But I'm not a fan of Keon Coleman is fine. I'm not a fan of Chop Robinson. Chop Robinson just don't know how to play football just yet. Chop Robinson like to run down the middle of people, man. You know, he's a super athlete. He might be the most athletic dude on tape or whatever, but I'm no fan of Chop. I'm not Chop. I'll at least bring the film up. I did find some plays I liked about Chop Robinson. And I hope I'm not spoiling y'all too much with just all this film. Hey, look, if y'all getting bored and y'all don't want me to stop every time to show some film, hey, just let me know. Y'all just let me know. Just say something. I'll just stop about the film. You know what I'm saying? But Chop Robinson, until y'all tell me to stop or whatever. But Chop Robinson is number 44. He is a defensive end. Sometimes he lines up in B gap or whatever. I don't know if I got some of that film yet. But he's here on the left side of your screen. And just the thing about Chop, man, he's just super athlete dude, big bursty dude, but he's run down the middle of people dude, right? He's an edge bender. He's one of the best athletes in the whole damn draft. He's like 250 or something like that. And I think he could play like real life ass linebacker if you ask me. But he's a run down the middle of you guy, but he's a super athlete. The funny thing about it is if I'm building my big board, I'm not the biggest fan of super athlete run down the middle of people guy. He's right here. I'm not the biggest fan of super athlete run down the middle of people guy, but the Cowboys in the past couple of drafts have taken some of the rawest characters I've ever seen. They've taken some of the rawest characters I've ever seen. Tyler Smith when he had no clue what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, Trey Diggs when he was still playing like a wide receiver. Michael Parsons, look, he wasn't Von Miller when he was, you know what I mean? He was like Devin White. He was a good blitzing linebacker. He wasn't Von, you know what I'm saying? But the Cowboys have had the past couple of years or whatever, including Sam if you want to include Sam, but they've taken some raw players and they just, whatever they do in their offseason OTA minicamp joint, they just fix them. They fix him. Tyler Smith had a lifetime worth of nonsense, but that boy fixed his hands in 5 weeks. Can't say the same about Mozzie.
Did you hear what I said?
Maybe take another offseason to work on Mozzie because Michigan built up so much of that nonsense in his body, but boy. Long story short, chat, I'm not a big fan of Chop Robinson. And, you know, if I had to bet, Chop wouldn't be much of a Mike Zimmer guy, but what y'all want me to say, man? Graham Barton, I'm a big fan of, but I think he's going to fall down the more the process goes along, which I would be very upset about. I'm a big fan of Graham Barton, but I just see him constantly falling down people's top 100 boards, and I think they'll be wrong for that. I think that Graham Barton just going to go out there and smoke the hell out of people, so it is what it is. Somebody say, Ride Trap, what's up, sir? He says, is Zimmer into draft philosophy too? I think Zimmer's just more so into, hey, you just draft whatever dudes you want to draft and I'll be here when they get here. But you know, Zim ain't going out there watching the film or nothing like that, man. Zim ain't, Zim is probably gonna go to Will McClay and be like, hey, bro, I don't want to step on y'all draft process, dog. Just, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. I want my cornerbacks to look like Kool-Aid McKinstry. I want my linebackers to look like this. My D tackles to look like this. And go give me them dudes and I'll coach them. That's probably what's going to happen with that. I meant what I said about Kool-Aid McKinstry. In chat, we got to talk. We got to have a real life ass conversation. Who blocked what? One of my Patreon videos? Oi, no. That happened yesterday. All right, cool. Alabama, there you go again. All right, here we go. The YouTube Illuminati is putting hands all over my damn Patreon videos. So y'all go check them out before they whatever. But is Graham Barton a trade back candidate? Yeah, possibly. But I don't see the Cowboys doing that very much. Kool-Aid McKinstry, he may not be a guy that you're a big fan of, but what he is a very good press man corner. He may not do a whole bunch else all that perfect, but he is a solid, good, lengthy press man corner. And Mike Zimmer runs a particular type of defense. It's the same defense they run in Alabama. And I just wonder, is there going to be questions about the learning curve for some of these players? I'm curious, is there going to be a learning curve for some of the players, you know, that's on the roster that's going into this season or whatever, right? Who's going to not play because they can't pick up what Mike Zimmer's putting down? Mike Zimmer loves his press man corners. Mike Zimmer, runs this system, this passing system on defense, just like they run Alabama, man. I just wonder if interviewing with Kool-Aid ain't even his real goddamn name. What's his name for real? I'm not finna call this Kool-Aid. Cool. And the gang, nah, I'm over Kool-Aid. What his name is? JaQuincy. All right, I'm calling him Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid gonna be on the he gonna be on the eraser board, right? And they're like, yo, Kool-Aid, what does this coverage mean to you? What happens in this situation? How do you feel about this? How does this terminology feel to you? And Kool-Aid is gonna feel right at home because he's an Alabama guy, just like Trey Diggs. Just like Trey Diggs. So I don't think it's a weird situation. I don't think it's a weird situation at all to consider Kool-Aid to be your first round pick, but I don't know. We'll see. Jerzon Newton was a guy that me and Broadus talked about, and I was very curious about his fall. Now, chat, y'all have been wanting the smaller, quick upfield 3-tech dude for a long time. Okay, y'all been asking to go trade for Aaron Donald. Y'all want Collegiate Cansey. Y'all wanted Ed Oliver when he first came out or whatever. If you're gonna get an athletic 3-tech, this is the draft to do it. This is the draft to get the athletic 3-techs, okay? But even more importantly, I'm looking at Jerzon Newton. He's 30th here. And it's very peculiar. I don't know why the hell he'd be 30th, but Jerzon Newton was a dude that was in top 10 consideration. Like, he was in a legit top 10 consideration, Jerzon Newton here. And he is very strong with his hands, very quick movement, very explosive, possibly could get moved around in the run game. So if y'all got any type of PTSD, it's definitely him getting moved around the run game or something like that. But as a pass rusher, just as an explosive dude, if you can develop his run defense and just harness some of that pass rush, then Jerzon Newton can be whooping ass from B gap. Now, he's listed at 30 on Brugler's big board. He's 30 on Brugler's big board. But I wonder how long he gonna be there. How long is he gonna be there? Because look, Combine is coming. Combine is coming. Y'all come to the show if y'all want to, by the way. Combine is coming. And I know when everybody, gets in that Combine mode and people kind of get overhyped from it, and there's a new darling Combine dude because there's a defensive tackle that can run a 4.3. In real life, that defensive tackle, like, what's my man from Virginia Tech last year? Azaro Barrow, something like that. The defensive tackle, really defensive end, but he's listed as a tackle or whatever from VTech last year. He ran like a 4.3 and he kind of shot up boards real quick, but his film was trash. Like, his film was like absolutely horrible for real. Like, I don't want to sacrifice a good defensive tackle for athleticism, because there's a thing that I say, man, you could be a good athlete, you could be strong, you could be fast, but do you know how to play this position? And some of these cats don't know how to play the position. I don't think Jerzon Newton is far off from knowing how to play the position. I think you can just small tweak some of his technique. He just looks small on film to me. He like 295, but I don't think he's powerful. Amari Barno, thank you. But I don't think he was. I don't think he's like as powerful as Osa was. Osa was taking on double teams at 280 something pounds. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? And I don't think that's gonna be something that's gonna that's gonna benefit us in the long run. But hey, if Mike Zimmer wants this quick upfield penetrating character, then hey, Jerzon Newton, if he's 30th on Dane Brugler's board, I don't think it'll stay there. But if he's 30th there tonight. But that's where coaching comes in. Asmodeus, I feel you. But here's my thing about that, though. Sure, Jerzon Newton could get some coaching. But what if Kool-Aid McKinstry is exactly what you want right now? What if he's exactly what you want right now? Jerzon may take a little bit of coaching, but Kool-Aid is what you want right now. Who do you take? Do you take the dude that's exactly what you want, or the dude that can be coached into a player that possibly fits you? I don't know, man. I don't know. DMVO Johnny says, I don't think Kool-Aid is there, Let's click on this real fast, then we'll go back to the regular list. As far as corner goes, Terrian, Kenyon, Cooper DeJean, Nate Wiggins. Kool-Aid being the fifth guy off the board. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. U.S. Marine Corps, 0331. Thank you for your service, sir. He says, don't be fooled by the fancy name. Listen, let me tell you something. I ain't fooling with Kool-Aid, but I'm definitely not fooling. What the name is? With JaQuincy. So, look, hold up. And it rhymes. His name JaQuincy McKinstry. I'm not rocking with JaQuincy McKinstry. I'm just going to roll with Kool-Aid there. But if you watch the film on Kool-Aid, this is me being objective right now. Right? Shouts out to Voch for the Ade Tamaway or the Wabare coverage last year. Yeah, he definitely tried. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Kool-Aid being picked right here, right? If I had to go from 20 and choose who I would pick over Kool-Aid, let's see. Let me get out of corners. Let's go here. Jackson Powers Johnson over Kool-Aid. Jared Verse over Kool-Aid. Liatu Latu over Kool-Aid. Cooper DeJean over Kool-Aid. JJ McCarthy is trash. I'll take Kool-Aid over Nate Wiggins. I'll take Kool-Aid over Graham Robinson. Graham Barton over Kool-Aid. This a good one. Let's go watch some Keon Coleman film. Let me give y'all a little breakdown on Keon Coleman. Just a couple of things I like about him. Foots is going on let me see if I can call Foots. Foots is going on a little rampagey wagey for what's his face, Keon Coleman here. And you know, I just don't want brother Foots to get caught up in hold on, first of all, Chad, watch this, because do what you gotta do with Foots. First of all, you gotta find Foots and you gotta text him first, because I know his phone, the call never go through with Foots. You gotta go to Foots and be like, about to call you. Then be like, never mind, call me. Okay? That's how you first get Foots, right? Then you call Foots and it's not gonna go through.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
He's not gonna answer. And you just wait to see if Foots calls you back. That's the process, right? But you got to go along with the conversation. If you don't keep going along with the conversation, Foots will never call you back. He'll never call you back. So we just got to keep going along with the conversation, and the magic genie would just have Foots call us back. That's just how the process. It just is what it is. That's how the process works. That's just how the process works. So anyway, let's get into Keon Coleman, right? Wide receiver from Florida State, and he's formerly of Michigan State. All right, sure. So what I like about Keon Coleman is, and first of all, there's a lot of receivers in this class that are built like this, but the contested catch guy, here we go. The contested catch guy, Keon Coleman goes so crazy in these situations where it's just him versus another dude, and it's like, you know, pause, but my body versus your body, right? He's 6'4", 215 pounds, and I think he's a true X receiver. Now, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, I'm trying to move on from Michael Gallup so I can make some money somewhere. I'm trying to move on from Michael Gallup so I can save some money so I can move on and do something else. So you want to keep Brandon Cooks at flanker or something, and CeeDee Lamb's going to be all over the place. So if you just had a big body, man, take a look at Keon Coleman right here. Y'all kidding me? Are y'all kidding me? And that's good on good right there. Is that Nate Wiggins? Hold on. Is that Nate Wiggins? Okay, no, that ain't Nate Wiggins. But Keon Coleman just as a jump ball guy, right? And I think these are fair questions that you have to ask yourself. First of all, does Dak even throw a whole bunch of jump balls for real? Like, Dak don't do 50-50 balls for real, but Dak throws slants. And when you can do big guy yak things, like if you can find a way to separate and get away from your DB, or separate with your body, or separate with your arm length, then yes, Keon Coleman can be a slant monster for you. He could be a slant monster for you, right? And not the biggest speed in the world, but he's a bigger receiver. He's 6'4", 215, 220 or so. After the peanut butter, he'll probably be 220 or so, right? But this is where he gets busy. This is where he makes the babies. There's a lot of pregnancy going on here. A lot of wet dreams going on here when it comes down to the contested catch, to the 50-50 ball, to the jump ball, to the my ball mentality. The my ball mentality. A nasty block right here, right? Because when I do film on wide receivers, I want y'all to get a full idea of what the player really is, right? I like Keon Coleman a lot. And I think that when the Cowboys end up drafting, you can't really be caught up in hey, we don't need a receiver that bad. I just think you gotta BPA it. And of course, when when free agency comes around, we're gonna have a better idea of who's gonna be. Yo, look, Keon Coleman be going so crazy sometime. I gotta stop him. I gotta stop and see what's going on here. I don't want to get so caught up in what if we don't need a wide receiver, Voch, or Voch, we need linebacker so much more, or Voch, we need XYZ way more than we need wide receiver. Hey man, look, if your wide receiver stud and they there, let's go do it. You may not need corner, but if Kuba DeJean is there, he's the best player. Let's go do it. Because if you need interior offensive linemen, they'll be there. Linebackers, they're gonna be there. All these different positions, they are gonna be there. So I don't want y'all to get so caught up in one position that y'all just gonna be like, all right, nah, Voch, I can't be a wide receiver, Voch. Can't be a wide receiver. Chat, what do y'all think of Keon Coleman? Let me pull y'all up so I can see what y'all talking about, because I'm interested to know what y'all think. And honestly, too, I wonder why Keon Coleman is down here at 28. I wonder why. If it was up to me, Keon Coleman would be like a mid-first round dude. But I'm curious, what y'all think? What y'all think? Baby Dez, y'all tripping a little bit. Dez was so talented, I couldn't even explain it, because Dez wasn't blazing fast, but he was more explosive than anybody, and he was huge. Dez is like built like a pass rusher. Like Keon said, what I say he was, 6'4", 215? Man, Keon just a good jump ball dude. Somebody said 6'4" is baby Randy. I mean, boy, them some names y'all throwing around, dog. Can Coleman be a tight end? You don't want Keon Coleman to be a tight end. You want Keon Coleman to be an X receiver. You probably want Johnny Wilson, the other Florida State wide receiver. He might be a tight end, but you don't want Keon playing tight end for you. Plex was more athletic. Plex, sure. I am a Bengals fan and I love Voch's evaluation. Appreciate you, sir. Sawadi Cop. Capone. Let's see. I don't think we've had a dominant throw it up and I'll catch it receiver since Dez. Oh no. I don't even think you can count Dez. Dez like a whole nother category, man. Dez just outgrew 50-50 ball guy, man. Let's see. I prefer Leggett to Coleman. I like Leggett, but shit. Not a fan, to be honest. Seems there's a bit of a split in the chat. Interesting. He's Gallup before the injury. That's fine. That's a fine answer. I think Gallup had to get onto the peanut butter to be like a real like big size. I think Keon, once he gets on the peanut butter, Keon's gonna be massive. Now Leggett off the peanut butter. Xavier Leggett off the peanut butter is gonna be ridiculous. Xavier Leggett off the peanut butter is gonna be like, y'all see how they use AJ Brown or whatever. Like, he's not really the route running dude, but they get him to him quick and they just like make people miss tackles. Yeah, that's what Xavier Leggett's gonna be. Is he better than Brian Thomas? Stand by. I'm gonna do another sweep on wide receiver soon, but we're working on corners right now, so hang tight. I got y'all. How does he compare to the rest of the wide receivers here? The wide receivers on the board or the wide receiver on the Cowboys? I think Keon Coleman right now comes in better than Gallup for sure. Better than, who's our kid that we drafted last year? He gonna have to fight for his life. And him and Jalen Tolbert are so different. That's another thing you have to look at too with these wide receiver rooms. When you bring in a new dude, like it's like that one person, it's like that wide receiver, that new dude is competing with one other person on the team. So like if you bring in Ladd McConkey, right? He's not competing with Michael Gallup. Ladd McConkey's competing with like Tolbert or something. You know, I mean Tolbert and Turpin and them. You know what I mean? So when I look at Keon Coleman, he's not a dude that's competing with Turpin and Tolbert. Keon Coleman's competing with Michael Gallup. You know, Cooks and Lamb are your legacy acts. They're going to be here. So you would have to think about what category these dudes fit in. Jalen Moreno-Cropper didn't even make the team last year. He's a practice squad guy. That ain't making the team. That's practice squad. That's practice squad. And Turpin is looked at as a sophomore on this team. Like he ain't even. I don't think he's going nowhere neither. So you'll have to see. But I don't think he competes with Keon Coleman no way. If Keon Coleman is here, it's either him or Michael Gallup. And if you're gonna draft somebody in the first round, Keon Coleman the first round, back in the first round, Gallup probably go. Sick of this. Jordan Morgan, they got him at guard. I think Jordan Morgan could probably play tackle for you, but we'll let Dane tell us what people think of Jordan Morgan. That's okay. Tavondre Sweat, there's Ladd McConkey, and there's Adonai Mitchell. I never heard anybody say his name before. But Adonai Mitchell, and then you got Zach Frazier, who's a center that y'all like a lot. And look, Zach Frazier climbed up. Zach Frazier climbed up the boards heavy, man. I thought Zach Frazier was a dude that was going to probably be around in day 2 for you. Let me see where Zach Frazier was at. Zach Frazier was like in the 60s on PFF's early board. Him being 36 now, I wouldn't be surprised if a team looked at Zach Frazier as a possible first round dude. Let's have a conversation about Junior Colson, then we're gonna move on. And if nobody calls, we can get up out of here. He went by AD Mitchell. Perfect. He was at Georgia. Perfect. I watched Junior Colson last night, man. Nah, I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan of Junior Colson, man. Not a huge.
Your call has been.
Oh man, Fuss ain't calling us back. Oh shit. Oh, my theory has been disproven. I feel terrible. Anyway, Junior Colson, linebacker from Michigan, 6'3", 247 pounds. If you would like to see what we said about him, we watched him in the patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. You can go see for yourself. You can go, see for yourself and all that. But I don't think Junior Colson's like a first round pick. And they ain't got him at 39th overall. And that's cool. I think his size is going to be appealing. I think there's some, some athletic ability, but I saw many people like run away from him, so I don't want to say he's like a super athlete, nothing like that. But he has great size if you're looking for a huge linebacker. Okay, he's cool, but that dude gets lost. He gets lost. Devin Overton says, "Do I prefer Cooper? Adrian Cooper and Peyton Wilson are fighting for my linebacker 1 and 2." And if Wilson is going to fall in the draft process because of his medicals, then that's my other problem with this. Hold on, let me see something. Let me go to linebacker. Nah, Dane got me fucked up, bro. So Adrian Cooper and Peyton Wilson are on the board. Let's have a little reading time, chat. The leader of college football's #1 ranked defense last season, that don't matter. Colson was voted Michigan's defensive MVP, that don't matter. Got you. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Colson was voted Michigan's defensive MVP and won his toughest player award. That don't matter to me. He posted outstanding production with 196 combined tackles over the last 2 seasons. That is impressive. And that did happen. Not denying that did happen. But all the in-between matters too. Colson diagnoses the action well and quickly builds his speed and makes stops at the line of scrimmage or out in space. That's where I slightly disagree. I don't even slightly disagree. I fully disagree. That dude gets lost. That dude gets lost. Anybody that was in my Patreon last night, bro, like I don't have to create some narrative, right? He'll have good play. Horrible. Good play. Lost. Okay, so cool. Let's do it. It was the inconsistency of the lostness for me. Who was we watching last night? We were watching. All right, here we go. Let me just set this up on the fly. Boom. What is this? No. Let me set this up. Okay, cool. So Junior Colson is number 25, right? And look, he does have some impressive play. We just gonna watch a little film for a little bit. Hold on, let me pull up OBS. Make sure we're straight. We're just gonna watch a little bit of film. Just a little bit of film, not a lot though. So Junior Colson, right? He is a player that gets downhill. But if you just watch him, you'll notice him just diagnosing things just a tad bit late. Now, there's a lot of linebackers that can diagnose things a tad bit late. And any kind of misdirection throwing them off or any kind of motion throwing them off or they just don't read their keys well, like they guessing. Junior Colson 25 right here. And he just kind of went with this motion, even though his keys may be, all right, you got 5 offensive linemen zone blocking this way, quarterback handing off this way, running back headed this way, but he's going to follow the motion, dude. It just feels like he's guessing a lot, right? But he'll follow that up with another good play. Where is he at? 25. He'll follow that up with another downhill good play. But how consistently can you do that for me? Good play here. How consistently does he do that for you? I don't think he's a very good cover guy. I think he moves well in space, but I don't think he understands coverage all that well. Not like an Edgerrin Cooper understands coverage. Not like a Peyton Wilson understands coverage. Like Junior Colson sees coverage and gets to the coverage. Edgerrin Cooper and Peyton Wilson anticipate routes. Like they see routes coming and they jump them. And they swat them and they pick them. Like it's just different. He just kind of ran with this character. That's a good play. We'll just chalk it up to. And we'll see him make another good play, right? Cool. He's out on the island over there out of nickel. We don't need you out of nickel, sir. He'll make some good plays, but then there's some other plays, bro. I'll be like, man. Oh, and there's some other shit that happened too. We was watching film and he'll be like, getting downhill, like he's totally lost right here. Colson is 25 right here, and his keys are look at this tight end and this damn front side puller. Those are his keys. He'll end up in A gap somewhere. He'll end up as a blitzing character, like he'll go and blitz or something, and man, it'd be some running backs stoning him. He let these running backs stone the shit out of him. It happens a lot, and he 247. I want him to be strong. I don't expect him to be able to run with a wide receiver. I'm not gonna hold that against him. He'll let a running back stone him at the line of scrimmage, and I'm like, damn dog, you 247 coming downhill with a head start. I want you to smoke this damn running back. That helped him right there. I want you to smoke this damn running back, man. And it'll be times, man, he'll get downhill. Them running backs block the hell out of him. Got a self block right there. So I can. First of all, I encourage y'all to do your own research, watch your own film, and come up with your own analysis here. I'm not the end all be all here. But there's a Michigan fan that's gonna vouch for him, be like, yo, Voch, he was our leader. He was the toughest man in the Big Ten. That's likely, but he get lost. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how much you can coach mental processing. I don't know how much you can do it. You know, I don't know how much you can, you know, make him better at reading his keys, you know, because this is a well-coached defense in general. This is a well-coached defense in general. Like this is a hardball. This is an NFL defense for real. So I don't know how much more coaching you want. But man, I'll just be watching. Okay, so look, here's a play right here. He's blitzing, getting downhill, and this running back steps up and stones the shit out of him. Bam! And I'm like, dog, you 247. I was watching this shit last night on Patreon, and look, for real, I shouldn't be giving away free film that we watched on Patreon because that's for my Patreon family, whatever, right? But I just don't want to seem like a hater because sometimes y'all motherfuckers call me hating. I just, you know, sometimes y'all just look at me and be like, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's the inconsistency for me, especially when I watch Peyton Wilson and I lose my mind, especially when I watch Edgerrin Cooper and I lose my mind, especially when I'm watching, I mean, Jeremiah Trotter's cool, but I can at least see how he fits in my, like, you know what I mean? I can see how he would fit in my defense. Shouts out to Junior Colson, man. Shouts out to Junior Colson. I encourage y'all to watch your own film and, you know, watch a couple of games. I watched 23 Ohio State, 23 Washington, 23 Bama, which was a better game for him. 22 Penn State. I watched those games. And I just encourage y'all to just do your own homework. Don't listen to me. This just me. This just me. But it just seems like he's all over the place. Especially when I watch Peyton Wilson, and Peyton Wilson ain't nowhere near all over the place. Let's just go back one more time, then we'll wrap up and get to the phones here. Especially when there's guys like Peyton. Look, I get it, man. Peyton Wilson got injury because look how fast. Look at this motherfucker. This shit, man. I get it, right? Peyton has his injury concerns, right? But man, give me the dude. Give me the dude. Next time I, you know, do a big draft, like, you know, me and Broaders, me or whoever, like Kavanaugh or something like that. I'm gonna try to get Hellman on at some point. I'm gonna make the point that when we draft these like first round picks dudes or these second round pick dudes, like we should only look at it like 4 and 5 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of conversation around, hey, Voch, you know, is this player going to be a linebacker for us for the next 12 years? I don't think we can be able to account for that no more. I think these Super Bowl windows are so short. Yeah, if you can get a player to play for you for 12 years, that's cool. But in real life, man, a lot of these dudes are going to be 5 years in your system. They may get a franchise tag after that. They may be 6 years they may be 6 years on your team as a whole. And he's a linebacker, so you may not want to pay them in general. Peyton Wilson had a lot of surgeries, man, but he ain't been hurt the last 2 years like he was that first year he was hurt. Man, give me the better dude. I know he's hurt guy, and Colson is not, and Colson's a little bigger, but give me the better dude. Give me the dude that sees it. Give me the dude that can cover. Give me the dude that's patient, the dude that gets downhill, and the you know what I mean, the dude that don't get lost easily. If you run the Shanahan shit, I can see you kind of getting lost. That's on coaching though. Like if you get lost in that, but you just can't get lost on a regular. All right, y'all, we're gonna fake the jet sweep. We just gonna fake a sweep here and get him. I don't know, chat. Before I get into the phones, man, where y'all at with this? Where y'all at with this, man? Let me rewind just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hell yeah, I prefer Cooper. What's scary is the Eagles had 2 second rounds in the low 50s. We can have a conversation about the Eagles drafting well one day, but we'll see. Peyton Wilson is a true Mike. Peyton Wilson can be whatever you want him to be. Cedric Gray or Colson, too soon, but I'll let you know. Gray is nice, though. Trey Lance will definitely play in the preseason. So basically, your report card says it was a pleasure to have you in class. It was a pleasure to have you. It was a pleasure. Put on the film. Okay, here we go. So this is where I started at. So imagine what Green Bay would do to Green Bay getting Colson up out of there. Give me a less athletic defensive player that has a sharp head over an athlete that gets lost regular. Hey man, give me Sean Lee. Give me as close to Sean Lee as I possibly can. If Peyton Wilson didn't have any medicals, he's a linebacker one. He's my linebacker one now. Devin White without the pass rush. I think Peyton Wilson gets some pass rush. No more Michigan players. This dude just ain't good in particular. He just ain't good in particular, man. LVE is a good equivalence. You know. Ride Trap says, bro. Need a linebacker that knows everybody's responsibility? Sure. Zimmer wants to do who can stop the run first? Sure. Damn, all that he's your favorite player. Can he read? In general, people saying no Michigan. Darius Masuau is better than a lot of the guys ranked above him. Haven't watched him, but I will soon though. We're gonna sweep linebackers in a little bit. In your opinion, Voch, who pairs with Clark and Overshown best? Peyton Wilson. Peyton Wilson, Adrian Cooper. Either one. I'll take it. Give me Trotter, sure. Plus he's a green dot guy, sure. Sanistril is a dog. That's the Michigan corner. I'll take him. That Michigan shit don't bother me. I'll take him. But Rye Trap, that's fantastic. You said that, by the way. Segway Jones. Rye Trap says, shit, I lost it. He says, feeling pretty good about our first round options at 24. That's the whole point of this exercise, right? And one day, if Dane drops another top 100, we'll do it again. Or we'll just come back and we'll say, we'll look at the second round picks, right? Jordan Smith says, Foot says Colson is him. Foot's lucky. Me and Foot's texting right now, right? Hey, everybody love on Foots. Everybody send prayers and positivity to Foots. All right, he doing something out in California. That's his business. I'm giving him privacy, but shouts out to my brother Foots. But Colson ain't it. Colson ain't it. If we get Cooper or Wilson and Tavondre Sweat, that'll be amazing. It'll be big change to your run defense for sure. All right, let's I'll tell you what.
The conference has been locked.
We'll do it like that. What up, Jack?
Voch.
Yes, sir.
What's up, home?
Chilling, man.
How you doing? You all right?
Man, I'm chilling, man. My homeboy Will Skywalker Steele over there in the driver's seat. His microphone ain't working, but he is here. He is running the behind the scenes right now. He is here. He just his microphone ain't working, but he over there chilling. We good, brother.
True shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sky, I know you can hear me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my brother, yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you for all that you do.
Yes, sir.
I think Peyton, he give me Luke Kuechly vibes.
Yes, sir.
He give me real Luke Kuechly vibes. And the boy from Texas A&M.
Yes, sir.
He give me early, what's the he used to play for the Ravens, but now he play for the Jets, the middle linebacker.
Mosley, CJ Mosley. He give
me those vibes, just a little more athletic, a little more speed. But I definitely think we either should address offensive line or linebacker and offensive line, defensive line as our first pick.
Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of receivers in this draft. Mm-hmm. I think we could get one. In the third. If we think about trading back our second pick, I think we could pick up something else.
Yeah.
But I think with Zim coming in here, I think he's going to get a bigger defensive end. Mm-hmm. I think he played for Ohio State, the one that you like, or even the boy from Duke. I think if he stay under the radar, I think we could draft him early, bro. Yeah. And I think he come in and make an impact quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yeah. He could be the replacement for DeMarcus Ware, or you could put him on the other side of DeMarcus Ware. Yeah. And let Micah do his thing up and down the line. Mm-hmm. Have him at middle, have him at outside, along with D-Law, or on the opposite side. With the boy from Duke. Yeah. I think that'll really, really change our defense and then get Sweat. Some way, somehow, I feel like Sweat coming over here.
Hey, man.
I think
I love to have him. I don't want to write off Mozzie too soon, but shit, man, we in a window. We are in a window to win right now. And if Sweat got to be new Hankins, and if Mozzie just got to be like new Mozzie or whatever, then it is what it is. What it is. We just have to live with that, man. But I like T'Vondre Sweat a whole bunch, and if you can get him on day 2. Like in the 3rd round, right? Like if you can get him in the 3rd round somewhere, I'm throwing a little party, man.
Hey, because I was looking at your breakdown on your film on him, when you did it on your live, when you and brothers was doing the I think y'all was doing deep tackles or something.
Yeah.
And then you did his the college for Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
And I was watching him. I was like, it don't matter who they put in front of him.
Yeah.
He getting their ass out the way.
Yeah.
So I think you pay him and Mozzie and you groom them, because if you look at the Vikings defensive tackles, Linval Joseph, if you get them paired up, it'll be like Henderson and the other boy that played for the Jaguars back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you old enough to remember them.
Marcus Stroud and Henderson. Yeah.
Hey, they was stout in there.
Yeah.
And then have us come up, hey, bro, that defense is something to fuck with, Charlotte.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even hold you.
Yeah. Hey, man. Just kind of hearing you talk about it or whatever, it depends on what happens in, free agency and re-signing the contracts of the dudes that we have right now. But hey, if it's okay, so look, how about this, Jack? Like, what if Mozzie is down to 290 because we don't have plans for paying Osa whenever he get there? So we still draft Sweat to be the 1 tech, and maybe Osa is your 3 tech guy. I mean, Mozzie's your 3 tech guy, and Sweat is your 1 tech guy because they don't want to pay Osa and Hankins long term. Like, it's options there. And go ahead.
I can see that happening, but I think them gonna bump them up to about 310.
Yeah.
320.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mozzie athletic enough.
Yeah.
I think Mozzie athletic enough and still got that raw strength as a big man. That like I say, little coaching, little more peanut butter, little more seasoning on him. He'll be cooking properly then.
Yeah. I agree, Jack. Fantastic analysis, sir. Love what you're doing here. Run your outro, Jack. Go ahead, man. Run your outro, because you got an outro here. Go ahead.
Already know. If ain't nobody got you, Jack got you. Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother. Tap in with us tomorrow, man. Will Steele his microphone will be working tomorrow. He over here. Will, can you transition me back to the regular screen, please, sir? Appreciate you, bro. All right. Yeah, man. So, hey, I like the idea, man. I like the idea, but just give me some help, bro. I think we only have a couple of draft picks anyway. It'll be irresponsible enough to walk into the draft and not having to have gone crazy in free agency. Whether it be, I really wouldn't want to be doing too much post free agent stuff, but hey, man, you have to, man. But we need some dudes, man. We need more dudes than we have draft picks. Anyway, as Modi says, you don't season the peanut butter. Shit, you don't season your peanut butter? Crazy. All right, let's get that big board out of there. We don't need it. Chat, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm putting so much work into this draft season, dog. I'm putting so much work into it, man. And I'm just happy it's all coming together. I'm happy it's going the way that it's, supposed to be going. I would humbly like to consider myself like a trailblazer on this YouTube thing as a draft dude, especially like a cowboy type draft dude or whatever. But I said coming into this draft season, I want to work harder than I've ever worked, and I want to be I want to be more organized than I've ever been in my life. Because normally I'm not organized. Normally my notes is just all up here, and they just up here. And back in the day, if somebody talk about Edgerrin Cooper, I'll talk about Adrian Cooper and, you'll just have to take my word for it. Or I'll talk about Junior Colson and you'll just have to take my word for it, man. But I had the idea, hey, man, as I'm watching this film, as I'm breaking it down, let me take extra notes. Let me categorize everything into folders. Let me break everything down and put them where let me make a folder that says draft, in that positions, in that all the players that go in there, and then have long film, cut-ups, highlight packages. So if somebody say, yo, Voch, man, do you like Peyton Wilson more than Junior Colson? I go, shit. And it be ready. It just be ready. You know what I'm saying? Jack talk about, hey, man, what's the kid from Texas A&M? Oh, you talking about Adrian Cooper? Boom. Oh, Voch, what you think about Keon Coleman? Boom. He's 50-50 jump ball guy. There's a couple clips in the highlight pack. Every opinion, if you listen to what I say and watch the film that I'm showing you, I'm gonna be like, yeah, he's jump ball guy. He could be a little yak dude. He's a slant monster. He boom boom boom. You'll see it right there. You see it. It's on the film. You see it. You're looking at it. You see it. I'm gonna start doing film sessions like I used to in March or whatever. That's in a couple of days, but I really wanted to get ahead of the game. I think I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Appreciate y'all. Supers. Let's get into them. Let's get into them. There we go. Let's just run some supers, man. Let's just run some supers. Let me hit refresh and run some supers. Cool. LA Chargers fan dropped a deuce and says Neighbors or Bowers at 5th overall for my Chargers. Now, chat. I asked y'all this early. I was like, who do y'all think is better? Like, think about like as college players, right? Like, don't look into who they are as pros, right? But Iowa Laporta, Notre Dame Michael Mayer, Kincaid was from that red school, Utah Kincaid, right? Oregon State Musgrave, Tucker Kraft from whatever. Those college players versus Brock Bowers. Where does is Brock Bowers the clear cut better than those dudes? Is Brock Bowers clear cut better than those dudes? Because last year was a historic year for tight ends. The tight end position was killing last year, and none of them dudes went incredibly early like that. I just want to know what makes Brock Bowers a top 10 pick. Brock Bowers good. He can play. Brock Bowers can play, but Brock Bowers, the tight end, right? Are you not drafting one? Okay, chat, let's play a little game. Chat, I don't even want to say schoolmaker name. Appreciate everybody for your love. I don't want to even say schoolmaker name. Chat, let's just play the Voch game. Chat, I'm gonna cut the music off because I want to hear you. Brock Bowers or Talisi Fuaga, right tackle from Oregon. Brock, I just had the goddamn thing pulled up. I do it like this. It ain't fooling me. I do it like this. Goddamn, what y'all think y'all talking? Let me go to athletic. Hold on, y'all think I'm bullshit? Hold on. Let me pull this shit right back. History. Stay. History. Top 100. There we go. Boom. All right. Chat, and you could just drop in your situation, right? Brock Bowers or Talisi Fuaga, right tackle, Oregon State. Brock Bowers or Rome Odunze, Washington. Brock Bowers or Terrion Arnold, Alabama. I got film if you need convincing, motherfucker. Brock Bowers or J.C. Latham. I'm at 20 right now, right? I'm taking Jackson Powers Johnson over Brock, man. And look, Brock, man. I just don't know if I'm ever making that mistake of like wanting to draft tight ends early like that. I remember T.J. Hockenson was as impressive of a tight end as I've ever seen, and he good now, but you know. Are Marius Mims versus okay? That's how you get Matt Owen right there, because he's Georgia dude. Matt, are Marius Mims or Brock Bowers? You want to fix your right tackle position, right? Let's just say Terrence Steele quit and went to Seattle. Are Marius Mims at right tackle or Brock Bowers? And I like Brock Bowers, right? But it's about tight end and how much does tight end help you, and how much better is Brock Bowers than the average tight end? Like I got questions. You Foots and Sky inspired me to start my own page. Jake Jones, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Y'all taking Brock over Talisi? Y'all taking Rome, as you should. Y'all taking Brock over Terrion Arnold? Y'all killing me. D Park said we chose Mozzie over Laporta. Relax, it wasn't 1-1 like that, but we did. Brock Bowers 6'4", 240. Yeah. Brock Bowers, he's kind of undersized. 4.5 speed. Brock is a dude. He's a very willing blocker. I'm not giving you credit for being a willing blocker. I'm giving you credit for being a good blocker. I don't want to hear willing. I want to hear good blocker. Who will eliminate tackling angles and great hands? Best since Kyle Pitts, just not the athlete. Well, he's not the best since Kyle Pitts, but better in everything else, in my opinion. And look, this isn't a Cowboy question. It's just draft question, right? Like how do we value tight ends now? Like, that's the big question here. Why do we value tight ends? We got a gangster in the 4th round. Like, most of the time, you find tight ends later. And a couple of other ones that's just undrafted dudes. Luke don't count. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I'm taking Brock Bowers over Chop Robinson. For sure. All right. Here we go. Appreciate you, Jake Jones. Night 405 dropped the deuce and says, I want an O lineman that takes martial arts. I feel you, bro. Don't we all? Blindside offense action. Okay, that was from last time. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. Is Marcus Hardison available? Is Marcus Hardison available anywhere? Here we go, man. See, Marcus, man. Mark he just knows, man. Brother just knows, man. Brother Marcus just be knowing, dog. He just be ready to go. We used to put our glasses on for Marcus Hardison, you know what I'm saying? Now we acting a little different, you know what I mean? Here we go. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's Voch by itself, because, you know, Will Steele's quadrubulators ain't working. So, at the volume, faith isn't the absence of doubt. Turn that down. Faith isn't the absence of doubt, but the courage to face it. Faith isn't the absence of doubt, but the courage to face it. Perseverance isn't the absence of struggle, but the strength to overcome it. Perseverance isn't the absence of struggle, but the strength to overcome it. In certain times, we need both to keep moving forward. Hey, dog. Hey, dog. Is that an original, Marcus Harrison? Is that an original? Is that some of your work? That's all right, man. Hey, Will Steele, hit the Sky, hit the Okay. I guess Sky's microphone and his soundboard ain't working either. So all right, y'all. How about this? I'll just do this for Marcus Harris.
Did you hear what I said?
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. What did he say? He said Faith Evans. What did he say about Faith? Hey, yo, chat. Appreciate y'all for being here. Lovely episode. Some little easy work. Surprised you and Sky don't rock some Victorian era wigs by now when Marcus Harrison comes through. Hey, man, don't miss shows. Because back in the day, we used to take these towels and put them over our head. And that used to be the bit. Hit you with the city boy shit. We ain't doing nothing. Hey,
City boy.
We ain't doing nothing else.
City boy.
We ain't doing nothing else. Hey man, appreciate y'all for being here. Shouts out to my guy Will Steele. He's cool. He's fine. He's having some technical difficulties with his internet. It's fiber optic stuff in his neighborhood. So he's giving it like a day to get back going. So I think he'll be live on his show in the morning, A to Z Dallas on YouTube, 8:30 to 10:30. Check him out on Skywalker Steele on Twitter, Skywalker Steele. And he'll be back tomorrow here with me. We're gonna find some mock draft or somebody else's top 100 board. We're gonna break that thing down. Most likely a mock draft. So we'll be reacting to that. Brian Broaddus is on vacation, so y'all not gonna see us this Friday. But I'm gonna tap in with somebody to get some work done. But hey, go follow Brian Broaddus. Follow me, VOCHLOMBARDI. Everything that we talked about today, we've talked about on Patreon. Come tap in with me. Patreon is a whole vibe. It's the best. Yeah, he can hear me. Will still can hear me. He's throwing hand signals right now, but hey, Will's he just back there working, I guess. Anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all, man. Will Steele's soundboard's not working, so he doesn't have a fancy outro for me or anything. So in those particular situations, I just look at the camera, I smile at y'all, throw you a little deuce, and I just say bye, That's all I do. I don't be doing too much, Got to break these running backs down, Yeah, man. Got another Patreon drop this week. Yeah. Marcus Harrison need to play a black TV down the sitcom. Hey, he does. It's pumpkin snickerdoodle from Bath and Body Works. Smells great. It's pumpkin snickerdoodle. I gotta go to the leasing office and get my parts so I can build my rifle. Bye.